So, is the decorator really a scam? Last year, December 2024, a lot of couples had a very bad experience with events. I, for one, as a planner, had a couple who, as they were not satisfied with a particular vendor. Guess the vendor, the decorator. Before we go on, guys, my name is Adesola Judada, and I am a YouTuber here in Nigeria. If you're not subscribed, do well to subscribe to this channel. So, back to my story. Last year, December, we had some issues here in Nigeria, right, where we had a lot of events back to back, and because of the way events are, you need one event to finish, and then you start your setup for the next event, right? And everybody wants to do like a one day, if not everybody, 90 out of 100 people want to do a one day event to save cost, right? So you have events that would start, say, as early as 7 a.m. or even 9 a.m., leaving the vendors with, say, about 6 hours to deliver on their decorators, for example, mood board, caterer, table settings, Anyways, the reason why I'm actually doing this video is because I've seen a lot of videos online, and I've seen a lot of people sharing their experiences about them not getting value for money for events in December. If we are not careful, history will repeat itself this year, December 2025. We will have many disgruntled brides. We will have many event professionals called scam because we are not dealing with the real issue, right? And somebody might ask me, what is the real issue? The real issue is that a lot of people come to Nigeria to celebrate this event, right? You find somebody who has a wedding, say on a Tuesday, for example, at midnight, right? These clients want to party until midnight, and that would mean that the set of people who have an event for Wednesday will have very limited time for setup. Because once an event is done, there is something we call the tear down. A tear down will typically take about 4 to 5 hours. If they are really fast, let's say 2 hours. So take, for example, your event ends at 12 midnight. You tear down between 12 and 2 a.m., right? This is if they are really fast. This means that the next set of event professionals, decorators, will have to start setting up at 2:30 a.m., right? They would not even set up at 2:30 a.m. because they need to move things from outside inside. So let's give that, say, another 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, and then they start the proper setup at, say, maybe 3:30 a.m. If your event is to start for 10 a.m., that means the decorator has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 7 hours, right, to set up. That is a very small time to set up. And nobody's talking about these things, right? Last year it was December 19th, 20th. We always have these dates in December because, again, like I said, dirty December as it were. And now that Lagos is ranked, one of the top places for tourists to come and experience, all the beautiful stuff happening in Lagos, it means that this year we have more people in Lagos. We have more people who want to celebrate in December. So you need to be aware of these things ahead of time, right? So I wrote down some things here and I'm going to talk about them. Firstly, we need to address the venue. If we are going to have an event on Saturday, do we leave out Friday for setup? somebody would say, so if I have somebody who comes to book my venue on a Friday for setup, I should not take the job. I mean, it's so again, I mean, you can take a job on that day, but you need to put a cap to when that event will end, right? If client keeps insisting that they want extra hours, you might have to stand your ground so that you give ample time for the next event to start their setup. It's just, I mean, it's just a fair thing to do, right? Now, I would address the bride and groom. If you are a couple looking to get married in December this year, right, you don't necessarily have to do your wedding on one of the odd Saturdays. You can get married on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any day of the week these days, especially in December. People will definitely show up for you, because I get people asking me a lot of questions like, can I plan my wedding for Monday? Will people come? The answer is yes, people will come. So you might want to explore other dates, right? Rather than just settling for that same date, that same odd date. Like I said, last year was between December 19th to 21st, right? That's one of my plea to couples. The other one would be, can you book out the venue a day before? Most especially if you have an elaborate, design. So I know people who would say, their mood board is really steep. If it's possible for you to block out a day before, why not? To allow your vendors really deliver on the job. That might just be an option. Right. Now, my second plea will be to the venue, like I said earlier. Let us consider each other, right? Consider the vendors, consider the timing for setup, consider your staff, right? Because another thing that I found out with venues, especially in December, you find the cleaners saying, I've been here all day. I mean, where should you be? You're at your duty post. You say, I've been working all day, I'm tired, I'm not cleaning, I need food to eat, I mean, let's just consider ourselves, right, when the job is being done. My biggest plea now to the decorators: learn to stand your ground on certain things, right? Communicate your timelines properly. Tell us how many hours it will take for you to get the job done. Under promise, then over deliver. So take for example, if it would take you 7 hours to actually set up, you can stand your ground and say it will take you 12 hours to set up, right? And then deliver the all to us in 7 hours. Carry the planner along, carry your client along, so that the communication is clear to everybody, right? When you under promise and then over deliver, it just makes a lot of sense than you over promising and then under delivering. So that would be another thing that I would say. You have to give us a discount for December events, right? Let it come from your mind. Let it be that whatever discount that you're giving, the money that you have set towards to pay you can actually get the job done. Let it not be a case of on the job you now keep saying, how much did you pay, how much did you pay? Dear decorators, it doesn't really look good on you. Yeah. So please, whatever it would take you to get the job done, right, let us know. I mean, it's okay, it's very nice that you give discounts and all, but if it would reduce your work in a way, maybe you want to avoid that. So make sure to plan your production well, charge what you'll be happy with. You don't have to. I see a lot of people glorifying the back to back to back to back, and then at the end of the day you can't even deliver your job well, which leads me to my next point. Your staff, they are also human, right? So you want to maximize shifts, you want to maximize employing more hands in December, so you don't wear your staff out, and then instead of them working on your job, they can't get anything done. So you want to plan all of those things well. If you have an event where you have limited time for setup, you probably want to see if there are some things that you can produce ahead. Maybe you would arrange your flowers. I'm just saying, I'm not a decorator, I don't know how it really works, right? Even though I have some idea, but I know that there are some things that can be done prior. It might just cost you some more money to move these things down from your warehouse down to the space. If that's what it will take, do it and communicate, right? So that everyone is aware and we are not expecting some level of magic from you, right? Please be very big on communication. Detail everything out, your timelines, what you'll be delivering, what kind of flowers you would use. Let your communication be on point so that somebody is not expecting A when obviously what you have agreed to produce for them is B. I also know that in December, a lot of people are trying to enjoy the holiday. So if you have to do your flex way ahead of time, produce your flex way ahead of time. Like, just think it through. Whatever it is that you think through, you actually do best on them. So yeah. Now, I've been seeing this thing flying around where clients, I mean, obviously they're not in the event industry, they're saying, don't pay people in full, hold their money. That's a full video for another day. So this is the main reason, this particular video is the main reason why you should subscribe to this channel. And then the next video you'll be seeing from me will be about vendors and payments policy. Yes, and what are those things that they say? Turn on the notification bell, like this video, and share with your friends and family. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, I remain the right event girl at this Swappo. Bye.